My name is Nadine O Garra. I'm half English, half Spanish, but based in France. So quite for this European Union, I guess. Anyway, so normally I come from circus. Then I did a kind of course in art in public space. And how I normally work, I don't know if there's a normal, because now I'm doing like many different things. I'm more attracted generally to a theme than to a discipline. I came with a project which is about framing the public space, basically. So I decided I'd like make a frame that could just travel in different places. So the idea is just to choose a point of view and what are we looking at. And then there's the sound part. So as part of the process of research, or part of what I'm doing, is collecting sound recordings and asking people very basic questions, like describe a window, and like 4 or 5 questions like that, your best point of view. And this has been really interesting here, because suddenly you realize that with very simple questions that everyone can answer, people really, really open up. They're not giving any kind of... They're not questions that have got a political side, or the question doesn't. It's not asking for an opinion, but such a basic question makes them give an opinion, and in the end it becomes kind of political and philosophical. And so that was a really interesting part of the work.
Then the eyes will also be some kind of window, because you always frame it in. We cannot see 360 degrees around ourselves, for example, and not able to see up and down at the same time, but we can like move the frame, but we can all work.
So this is part of what I want to use, of like just how we perceive the world. That's a bit large, how we perceive the world. But just this idea of we look, and this kind of mixture between subjective and objective. Like, subjective for me is my reality, but then again my reality is the reality, so I guess subjective is objective. Well, but anyways, a little bit this kind of questioning, like what is it we see and what is it we believe that goes behind this idea of framing and interacting with the space. I mean, working in Copenhagen is already interesting just because it's like such a perfect city. I mean, from the outside you arrive and you go, but where is the problem? There's no problem. And there seems to be like nature is balanced with the city, modern architecture, with the old architecture. It seems to be planned for the people, which is very rarely seen in cities. It seems to be made for the people. Even doing things like putting up a structure in the public space. I haven't had one single person coming and saying, what are you doing in a bad way? I mean, like a police or a guard. Everyone's like, oh, do your thing. So there's this kind of feeling of freedom, which felt really good to work in Copenhagen. It's interesting architecturally. There's things where you go, that's weird. Well, I find it weird, maybe because I don't come from such a harbour place. I don't know, these machines, cranes, boats, there's bridges, loads of things to hang off to, and made in a kind of nice design way also. So it's just got endless possibilities, that's what I found. And also, that's the thing, the people, interviewing the people and everything, was really interesting, because I don't know if it was the people I bumped into, but everyone was really like open. I don't know if it's the sunshine, but there was this just general happiness atmosphere. And I don't know if it's got to do with this thing of being the happiest city in the world, or happiest country, but you really do get this feeling where everyone's like open to whatever's happening. So yeah, Copenhagen, I mean, I just feel like I could work in this city for ages. It's amazing.